Are you ready to know all my first time, the juicy ones, the ones you're curious about? Fancy. Sometimes, if something is too good to be true of a prize online, maybe it is. But I later found out that it was also a psychopath, sociopath, everything part you can think. And I'm like, is this guy insane? You can't judge me. I will judge you. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my beautiful face, you're welcome to the family. My name is Opeyemi Ogunleye, and on here I create content based on lifestyle, commentary, chit chat, vlog. We have everything you want assorted. Just name what you want, okay? We got you covered. Please do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, share, do all that great stuff. In today's video, as you can see the title before you, I'm going to be doing my first time tag. What do I mean by first time? So first time doing anything basically, and I'm going to be sharing, my story time on them. So are you ready to know, all my first time, the juicy ones, the ones you're curious about? Fancy. Anyways, let's go. My first question is going to be the first social media platform I was on. I don't know if Facebook counts, but yeah, I would say Facebook. Then after Facebook, I would say Instagram. I think Facebook is everybody's first, just posting pictures. Life was simple, not too much aesthetics to, be bothered about. Everybody was just being random and regular, and that was cute. I miss those days. The second one is the first thing I do in the morning. To be honest, I try to read my devotional, I try to read my Bible, but I just find myself either going through my Gmail or I am on Instagram, just scrolling away. Like I'm sure on social media, doing what is not my business, and before you know it, time would have gone, and you're like, what did I use the morning to do? But yeah, I'm trying to cut that, out and just focus on reading my Bible, and then, starting the day in a great way and an healthy way. First time I got scammed, actually, I was trying to buy some clothes online. This happened like some years ago. They were really cute, gowns. They were like pretty gowns, flowery, I remember. And, they looked pretty affordable, like they were cheap, and I don't even know why it did not just click to me that this is probably a scam. It didn't look like a scam. Well, I don't think I could identify what, a fraudulent account could look like. I paid. Thankfully, it was not so expensive. I sent a message to them on WhatsApp and they responded. And I don't know if I waited for them to deliver, but I remember like asking them, okay, when am I getting it and all of that. And I don't know how I discovered Sha, but they were a scam. I learned that sometimes if something is too good to be true of a price online, maybe it is. Maybe you need to do your thorough digging, your checking. Do you understand? Because you might about to get scammed. Don't be carried away. Like the internet is not your friend. Like there's so many fraudulent, websites and accounts these days, so you just have to be careful. Some of the cues I take up is like, when the accounts, they have their comment section restricted. You can't send them a DM. Their private account, the business page is private. What's the business account private for, really? Those are just a few things I think you can take note of. The first YouTuber I followed, I do not remember. I think it's between Dima Ume and maybe someone that is not in Nigeria. Because I really watch a lot of YouTubers that don't live in Nigeria. But yes, I would say Dima Ume, and she's an amazing Nigerian YouTuber, really authentic. First time being on a plane. Would you believe me if I tell you I've not been on a plane? But you know what? I see that happening soon. I'm excited, maybe nervous about it. I really do not want to travel within this country. I want to go somewhere else, somewhere nice outside of this country. My first tattoo, I do not have a tattoo, but I would get one before I turn 30. I've always, fancy the idea of getting tattoos. I actually like them, but they say the pain is all of that. I have a good threshold for pain, but we'll see. The first time getting a piercing, yeah, aside the ones I was given from birth, I had a tragus piercing. I think it's now a year or 2 years ago. The piercer did a horrible job. It was looking great at first. In fact, I vlogged the process thinking I was going to upload for you guys, but it did not make it here. And the aftercare too was just so exhausting and stressful, and it cost me a lot. I was spending a lot of money, just how the PSR did it, and they were not professional. In fact, it was really really tacky, and I regretted going to her in the first place. And but it was a cute piercing. I liked it. So for the pain of tragus piercing, it wasn't really painful, to be honest. Some people might disagree, but I knew that I had a good amount of threshold tolerance for pain. I don't see the pain as pain, to be honest, because I've gone through worse pain, especially when I got sick. And yeah, it's nothing compared to it. It's just that initial pain you feel. But if you want to go for it, I'm not recommending, but the pain is not. And yes, it wasn't painful even after I pierced. I didn't feel any pain. I just had to sleep on one side of my face every night, but that was it. I didn't feel pain. Everything wasn't good. That was the issue, and it wasn't sitting properly. So yeah, do it. It's actually nice. I may see myself going back to do it, but I don't know when that's going to happen, because it was after I did it I realized that this thing was going to take a lot of months to properly heal completely. That was crazy for me. I couldn't do it. I just thank God that I did not, develop keloid. My first job was actually in 2020. I became a video spokesperson freelancer on Fiverr. I had about Fiverr in 2020, and I started. And yeah, that was a nice job. I was getting money in dollars, even though it was small dollars, but at that time it was a big deal. I could afford some, little things here and there by myself. I really enjoyed that era. My first love was actually a nerd, but I later discovered he was also a psychopath. Yeah. But I later found out that he was also a psychopath, sociopath, everything part you can think of. It was that. And yeah, like looks can be deceiving, words can be deceiving, actions can be deceiving. Like, may God help us from crazy men out there. But yeah, that was the first person I truly fell in love with. Like, so like intellectually, emotionally, physically, everything was like check. But yeah, when it comes to touring with your mental health, don't do it. Like, this guy was bad, he was toxic, he was a cheater. I eventually found out, and yeah, I respected myself enough to walk away from such nonsense. Yeah. My first ever kiss. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good memory. It was SA kind of situation. For someone that was actually close to my family that was doing this to me for a good number of years when I was, a child, and I really hated myself. Like, this is the first time I'm talking about it, but I'm over it. But guess who messaged me on one of my old TikTok accounts? This person that essayed me as a child, that was kissing me as a child. Like, can you imagine calling me his little girl? I think I was in year two or year three. And I'm like, is this guy insane? And then I called him out on all the nonsense he did to me, because that time I didn't know what it was. And that's why I would say, parents, always make sure you educate your children on, private parts. Let them know that nobody's allowed to go there. That's a no-go area. Let them have those boundaries set up. So if somebody is, trying to do that to them, they would be able to speak up. They won't feel ashamed. I wasn't even feeling ashamed. I didn't know what was happening. I just felt like this is off. This is strange. This is not meant to be. I didn't know how to open them, because there again, this is someone that patronizes my mom's business and was always friendly. It was basically a family. I think at some point he got me a phone or something, but he used to buy things for me. But yeah, I digress. This guy messaged me on my TikTok telling me, I called him out, and then he's telling me he's now a pastor, he's now a this. Like, can you imagine the audacity? My first ever cell phone was actually Visa phone, and my dad got this for I and my siblings when we were in primary school. Like, it was so cute. Like, I know so many people started using phones when they were in their high school. Aside from primary school, like my dad was a Geo. Like, my dad was always spoiling us with the latest things since when I was a child, all of us basically. And I remember then, like, it was a big deal, like when primary school we were using phones, like, everybody saw it like happening children. Because how many people are using phones at that age, you understand? And I think my dad pulled a surprise. He was like, I think it was like, okay, he got for somebody And eventually everybody found out like they also got phones, like the same phone. I think he bought the same phone for all of us. But that was really cool of him. Was a cool dad. But to be honest, I wouldn't do that for my child today because I think that really exposed me to social media really quickly, like the internet world, because that's where my love for online friendships grew from. Until today, I still have online friends, and I'm used to like connecting with people online than physically, and it's just something I navigate easily. Well, yeah, I think that the bad and the good side. I wouldn't recommend a child using a phone at that age. In primary school, don't do it. My first celebrity crush. I'm trying to remember, but I think I've had a couple. I've liked Timini at some point. I've liked Jack Arlow. Who else have I liked? I've liked, I don't remember, but those to come to it. Yes, I like Timini because I think there's an aura with him. Fine boy's voice. He has this unique voice, and he has reads. I don't know whether it's the smoothness that is making me like, but I'm over it. That's phased out. Yeah, and then Giancarlo too. My first makeup item, I would say it was probably a lip gloss. My star was a makeup artist really early on. So I had, a couple of things I was always a big makeup girl growing up. Like I loved wearing makeup, even with my long ass brows. I don't think I have pictures of me of my makeup because it was hilarious. It was proper Yashikura kind of makeup. But I was a cute girl. So it made sense. It's balanced. And I'll just end with my first fear, discovering that I was afraid of chickens, and it actually has a phobia name. It's called electrophobia. And I did not know about this until I checked out someone's YouTube video where she was talking about, her fears. And that's when I knew the name. I'm like, oh my god, this is a real thing. Like, I don't know what chickens have done to me before. Maybe when I was small, they've attacked. I really don't know what it is, but I'm scared of it. I can't touch any, I can't be near one. Just move it away from me. Don't you dare judge me because you have things you're scared of. You're scared of rats, you're scared of lizards, you're scared of gecko, you're scared of different things that I'm not scared of. Okay, I don't really like dogs too. Yeah, but like chicken like is my number one. Like I don't want to do that. I think I'm actually scared of a lot of animals. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to feel them. I don't want to smell them. Like just get away from me. Okay, you can't judge me. I will judge you. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed getting to know me a little bit more from all of my first time stories. Drop in the comment section. Let me know about first time experiences. Anyone you've related with that I've spoken about. Drop in the comment. Let's keep the conversation going. Please do make sure to like, comment, share, do all that great stuff. Subscribe. Bye for now.